What's going on, guys? It's your boy Agen back again for another Outerplane video. And for today, I'm gonna be sharing with you some meta team compositions, explaining their strengths and weaknesses. Just take note that these are just based on my playtesting with them and also based on my server. I am from Asia 2, so it might be different from other servers, the meta that are the team composition there, the meta team composition in other servers. So without further ado, let's get right into the topic. Yeah, I have here an Excel sheet of this one. So we have here the meta team building. I have here the number one team, not really the number one, the very first team in my meta team building comps. I call this one the Agro stall team. Now, I have here 3 characters, right? Why not 4? The other one is a blank spot, meaning this is your flex spot. You can put any character that you have, any character that you want, depending on what you are trying to face. So these are the holy trinity of the stall teams. They have lots of survivability. You have some lots of infinite loop revive from Monad Aba and then Nela here. Because Nela can revive, AoE revive. Monad Aba can do auto revive, the buff. Also, they revive if you're using sa revive necklace on them. So it's very very tanky, has a lot of survivability. Same with G Dahlia here. G Dahlia also has some form of survivability in the case that she decreases the damage or she stops the damage at a certain threshold. So once she do that one, she will counterattack and she probably can kill the one that attacks her. Something like that. And your flex spot here is depending on the team that you are fighting. You can put in a bit aggressive here, something like the one that I'm always using, normal Regina, that can one-shot a lot of tanky characters. You can also slot in the new Gnosis Nela here for more control. You can slot in Cannon for more damage. Or you can slot in another utility character like Demi-Blada or even normal Dahlia, something like that. Or even seasonal Tama mo. It really depends. This team is very flexible. Although it's a bit expensive because 6-star G Dahlia and 6-star Meba is necessary in this kind of team composition to be a really strong meta team. If they are not 6-star, then probably it's very easy to handle because one, they are very weak against a dedicated Ray team because Ray can delete Nela and Morad Aba really fast. 2, they can be clean. But that is subjective because it depends on your gear that you're using for them. If they do not have immunity gears, they can easily be cleave. But if they have immunity gears, they cannot get cleave really easily, especially if you put this Nela here. Even Ginela cannot wipe out all of the buffs because she can only the strip 1 buff. But it is a bit different compared to if the opponent has 6-star Demi-Blada. Demi-Blada can just strip all of the buffs. But the good thing about that one is that with 6-star Monad Aba here, usually that D-Blada can be sealed. So that opponent D-Blada will not be able to activate her skill 2. And you can activate Revenge during D-Blada skill 3, which is having a 6-star D-Stella here to proc the Revenge to one-shot your opponent's team. Something like that. Very flexible. That is why this one is still a very popular meta team in my honest opinion. Next, we have here the Hyper Cleave team version 1. This team is very fast. It ends the match on turn 1. Turn 1 of the characters on your team. You're not going into turn 2, turn 3. It's just really fast. Especially if the opponent does not have especially if the opponent is running a slow team composition, and especially if they do not have immunity gears. But if they have immunity gears, you're cocked. That is the downside to this team. But if you know who you're fighting for, if you already fought them before and you know that they are not using any immunity gears and you know that you can easily clip them, then this team really is one of those very very fast team composition. How does this team work? Dahlia will be the very first one to attack, to take the turn. She will freeze the enemy, especially opposing G Dahlia, which is very very annoying. If she's the direct counter to her Gnosis counterpart, by the way, if you don't know. So she will freeze them since they don't have immunity, and then follow up by Tamara, who will increase their skill cooldown. And then once Tamara uses her skill, the skill 2 of Roxy will proc, attacking the one that has the highest speed. Usually, it's against Monad Ava or even Nella or even G Dahlia. So she will easily delete that one. And if it's something like a healer like Monad Ava, that opponent enemy will revive, right? And then her priority will get pushed. Once she uses the skill 2, the triggered effect, her priority will increase, meaning that you will be able to get the turn for your Roxy. Then Roxy will then use her cleave attack, the skill 3, which is a nuclear attack. Very, very strong, especially, but that one depending on your gears. If you have really high-end gears for your Roxy, she can one-shot a lot of team just with her skill 3. G Dahlia is here for just insurances. If anyone survives Roxy's nuke, G Dahlia is here to clean up. This one is very very strong against Ginela teams that has no immunity because they are faster than Ginela. Dahlia and Tamara are way way faster compared to Ginela. So if you're having a hard time fighting against Ginela, then this team might be able to help you. Usually because Ginela does not run immunity set. Because right now it's speed battle. Ginela is using speed set. So if you can outspeed Ginela, then you can easily break their formation, something like that. This team is also flexible in a way where you can replace Tamara with Diblada or replace Dahlia with Ginela if you are fighting immunity teams. Meaning that if you face an opponent that has immunity gears, slot in Diblada here for because Diblada can strip the buff, and then Roxy will follow up, something like that, and then your Ginela will also be able to do, if you have a max speed on your Ginela, your Ginela will be able to launch her stun, meaning that you can already clear them, especially if the opponent is already stunned. Very very nice combination with Diblada and Ginela plus these two cleavers here. Next team on my list is the Hypercleave team version 2 Mage team. Also a Hypercleave team, but this time it's all about all mages. Yeah, you're using Charlotte as your opener here. Supposedly you're not fighting against 6-star Monad Ava because she will get skilled. So if you can run this one without having to fight against those 6-star Monad Ava, it's still very very easy to use this team because once she uses her skill 3, she will follow it up with her skill 2. But if there's an opponent 6-star Monad Ava, she will not be able to transition from skill 3 to skill 2. That is the thing that you should be worried about using this type of team composition. So if she uses the skill 2, she will push the priority of all your mages. Diaste, Roxy, and then Ginela will get pushed. Once she uses her skill, Roxy will proc her skill 2, deleting one enemy or probably doing some massive damage to one enemy, and then she will get the turn first. She will probably the one that get the turn first, beside from these two, because of her priority push from Charlotte and also from her own priority push from her skill 2. So nuke this one and then nuke the Aste, then nuke Ginela, depending on your speed tuning also. It really all depends on your gears. but this team is still pretty strong. The only downside to this one is that if you're fighting against 6-star Monad Eva, it's really hard to get the very first turn on your Charlotte, because your Charlotte is vulnerable to the seal skill, the preemptive seal skill from 6-star Monad Eva. And if you're going to be using an immunity gear on your Charlotte here, it's going to be not optimal, because she's not going to be the opener, and you might get killed already if you do not take the turn first. So those are the things to note about this one. Some replacement for Diaste and Roxy are the 6-star seasonal tama mo, which is very strong at 6-star. If you have her at 6-star, you might probably you can enjoy using her in this type of team. And then Ame or Iota, yeah, those are the high DPS mages that can slot in this position for Diaste or even Roxy if you don't have them. Next team, I think we're down to the last two teams. We have here the dedicated healer killer team. Yeah, this one is a one-dimensional team, but still very strong. Yeah, I've already showcased this one in my previous video, showcasing Ray and Ginela, because the core for this team is these two. Because once Ginela stuns the enemy, Ray is there to clean up all of the healers in the team, the opposing side. She can one-shot Nela, she can one-shot Monad Eva, depending on the team of the opponents. She's going to be deleting the annoying healers on the opposing side. Valentine is here to push the priority of Ray, so that Ray will be able to get the turn first, because if you let your opponent have the turn before Ray, then things might go south. Yeah, things might go south, and you might get caught, because one, all of these characters are very squishy. Only G Dahlia has some form of protection from the damage threshold, and if three of your characters are already dead, then you might also be dead. So yeah, just take note on that one. This one is, as I've said, one-dimensional team. This team's purpose is just to kill those annoying stall team. This type of team here, the team 1 here, the Agro stall team here. That dedicated Ray team is pretty much very strong against this type of team. Okay, last but not the least, we have here the Generalist Team. I've already quite here the summary for this team. Pretty much an all-purpose team that tries to tackle a lot of annoying things, such as Diblada to remove the buffs, because she can strip all buffs. Meiba to seal skill for annoying opponents, Charlotte, Tamara, Diblada. Yeah, that seal skill is very strong. And she has a lot of godly things on her, protecting your team, being aggressive also with the dual attacks, auto revive, heal. That's why she's the #1 character in the entire game. Demidrakan is here to delete annoying revivers, such as healers, and also if you delete the opposing G Dahlia, she can one-shot G Dahlia, by the way. Didrakan is very strong. That is why she's here to in this type of team building here. And then G Dahlia is here to destroy everyone. Yeah, very strong, very OP. Godly character in PvP. Yeah. The downside to this team is just that they are also very expensive. You need all of them to be 6-star to be really that good. Also, not only their transcendence, you also need some godly gears on them. If you have some really godly gears on this team alone can already probably delete 90% of the meta team builds around in arena. Very, very strong. That is why I call this the Generalist Team. It's still very strong. Yeah, very, very strong. It can handle a lot of annoying mechanics into the game. They are here in the team build for their purpose of counter attacking those weaknesses of the opponent, and there are no replacement for them. Yeah, I don't find any replacement for them because they just works perfectly in my honest opinion. Yeah, they just works perfectly in my honest opinion. I don't have the gears for my Demi-Dracan to be that OP. I'm still farming for my Demi-Blood. For these two, it's I think it's okay-ish gear. But yeah, I still don't have compared to the top 1, top 2, top 3 players in our, or even top 4 players in our server. They have something like this one. I cannot compete with them because they have some really, really godly speed gears. Yeah, this team is also built with speed gears with high damage. If you can achieve that one, then yeah, this team will pretty much be the meta team that you might be using for most of the time. Well, that is all for my meta team buildings. Take note that these are not what do you call this? This is not a Bible or something that you should be following 1:1. Be flexible with your team building. These are just example on how meta team composition works. It all also depends on your gears, also depends on your dupes, and also depends on who are the team that you are trying to fight. So make use of this something like a template only, not like a 1:1 guide. Well, there you go, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And I think that's it for me for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you could help me grow my channel more. And thank you to everyone who are supporting my channel. I appreciate every one of you. Until next time, peace.